Hello and welcome to The Wireless. I am Amila Skepe, and this is a special multimedia session where I get to speak to the award-winning Brent Lindeque, and he is the guy behind the Good Things Guy movement, and it's all about spreading positive stories and shifting our focus, especially on our social media platforms, to more positive and lighter storytelling. Brent, how are you doing? I'm so happy to be a part of this conversation. How's it?
It's really rad to be here. Thank you so much for having me. What an honor to be interviewed on your platform. Yeah, what a great day.
Alrighty. So before we get to the seriousness of our discussion, I just want to know: did I pronounce your surname correctly? Because I had to Google.
That makes me laugh. So there's three ways you can say it.
Yes.
Really, inside. The one is what you consider the English way, which is Lindeque,
Yes.
which is not right. The other is the Afrikaans way,
Uh-huh.
where you would say Lindeque, which is that key at the end. And then if you want to throw in like a European version there, you would say Lindeque. But I don't mind whichever one goes. I'm Brent Lindeque. That's what I go by, and it's great.
Listen, that's awesome to know because I was in a debate with my boss and I'm like, ma'am. So thank you so much for clarifying that. So you're a breath of fresh air to both South African and global citizens, right? Where did you get the inspiration to for the Good Things Guy? Where did that come from?
Yes, this is a long story, but I'm going to try to keep it like an elevator pitch.
Okay.
So 10 years ago, there was something that started down in Australia that was called neck nominations. It was the first global trend that used social media as a catalyst to grow itself. The idea was simple but rather silly. Drink as much as you possibly could, alcohol. Do something stupid in some sort of video that you would create, and then nominate your friends to outdo what you've done. Post that up onto social media, and it really was this crazy viral trend. There were millions of these videos being uploaded from all around the world.
Yeah.
I was watching it from here in South Africa. I decided instead of drinking, I do drink. I'm not going to stand here and say don't drink. It's really bad. Enjoy a drink every now and then. But I decided instead of drinking, I would try and use my social media to perhaps, I don't know, do something kind. I went to the local fruit and veg city. I bought an extra chocolate, a sandwich, and a cold drink with the intention to give it to the next person in need. My colleague who was with me captured the whole thing on video. That went viral. And when I say viral, it was absolutely insane. At the time, you could only put videos up onto YouTube, which crazy to think 10 years ago you couldn't put video anywhere else online. And the video just got hundreds and thousands of views, which doesn't sound like a lot now, right? I can put up a TikTok, or you can, and you can get millions of views. But it said it got hundreds and thousands of views, and it inspired people around the world to change their neck nomination into a rack nomination, which is the Random Acts of Kindness. And that's when the Random Acts of Kindness movement was born here in South Africa. That was a Friday that it all unfolded. And by the Saturday, I was on CNN and BBC and Sky News and all these crazy mainstream media news channels around the world. And by the Monday, the movement had really caught wind, and it had waterfalled into something bloody epic where the whole world had just chosen to just do these random acts of kindness. And that's really where the Good Things Guy was born. Why? Because it thrust me into a world where I saw kindness was real. Yes. I saw that people are inherently good, and I wanted to tell more of those stories. Fast forward to 2024, and I've somehow created what has become South Africa's top good news site.
Listen, that's incredible and very, very impactful as well. So since you're about, brand positivity and spreading good stories, how does, criticism affect you and the way that you conduct your positive storytelling?
Yeah, listen. So when I went viral all those years ago, again, YouTube was the only place where you could put video. I learned a very valuable lesson that I think people could even learn today. And it's don't read the comments, first of all. Like, you can get sucked into toxicity very quickly in social media. And secondly, I think more importantly, something that's at play even now in 2024 is choose which hill you want to die on. Like, if it's a conversation you're going to be having, do you really want to be on that hill defending whatever that is? And do you want that conflict in your life? So I choose not to get involved with a lot of conflict. I choose to keep it all good news. And because of that, I don't face a lot of criticism to your question.
Yes.
There might be a couple of people here and there that say, Brenty, it's not all sunshine and rainbows. It's difficult living in South Africa. But the reality is, if you want that news, you can get that news absolutely everywhere. We know what our focus is. Our focus is to bring balance to South Africans. So again, let's add a little T's and C's here. Don't stop reading the news, please. Our journalists in South Africa are absolutely wonderful at what they do. They really do tell real stories that are important. And we need to sometimes know the bad stuff so we know what to fix. But at the same time, we need to have that balance. So criticism, I don't get much. If I had to say how to face it and deal with it, they say it takes 5 positive things to balance out a negative. So if you do read that comment, if there is a bit of criticism and it does get into your heart, you need to find 5 things that fill your cup to get you back to that space where you're happy again.
That is valid. So the trick is to not read the comments because it's difficult to bounce back.
Absolutely. So first and foremost, don't read the comments. If you do, find 5 things to feed your soul to get you better.
Okay, so that's noted. I wrote it down somewhere in my head. And now continuing our conversation, how does it feel to, be known for spreading rather positivity? Now on a personal level, how does that make you feel? Because when somebody spots you, they know that, oh, that's the good things guy. How does that make you feel?
What an honor. I never knew that my life would be what it is today.
Yeah.
And even though it was created by me, I still call it a gift from God and from the universe. I get to do what I love every single day. I get to dig deep and find good news stories and research good news stories and tell those stories. I really feel like I've got one of the best jobs in the world. I get to get up on stages and tell those good news stories and make people feel hopeful. I get to be on shows like this where we get to chat about the good things.
Yeah.
So it's an absolute honor and a privilege, and I'm incredibly grateful to have that role as the good things guy. And it's funny when some people see me out and about and they might recognize me. I'm not famous in any way, but if someone recognizes me, it sometimes takes a drink or two before they approach me. And when they do approach me, they'll be like, I just was waiting to be brave enough. And I'm like, why? I'm just a guy. Come. And I'm a nice guy as well. Like, I'm a really nice guy. So I appreciate it and I'm grateful for it. It's gratitude, really.
All right, that's awesome to hear. Listen, I know you spoke about 10 years earlier on in our conversation, a whole decade of spreading good news stories. And did you ever think it was going to be, this popular when you started?
No, not at all. So it started really as a simple idea to try and inspire those around me. I was sharing one good news story with South Africa and the world every single day. And I guess perhaps the perception and the way that people were engaging with the content made me realize how much it was needed in our country. There were other spaces to get good news, but I don't know why. Well, for whatever reason, Good Things Guy became this platform that was growing quite rapidly. And very quickly, I went from 1 story a day to 3. And then my number in my head was that I had to publish 6. I was like, you got to be publishing 6 stories every single day. You got to be keeping South Africa's mood up. And it became a bit of an obsession. Did I ever think that it would grow to what it is today? Never in my wildest dreams. My real aim was for it to be just something special that would inspire South Africans, just a few South Africans. And to get to the point now where we can comfortably say or happily say or gratefully say that we reach 30 million South Africans on a monthly basis through social media, through articles, through the videos that are going into shopping centers. That makes me very humbled by this journey. And again, back to that grateful thing, I'm incredibly grateful.
Lovely stuff. Listen, I was scrolling through the Good Things Guy website, and I have to say, I did get a smile from my face just by scrolling. And I'm like, this is good. So what's next for Brent Lindeque or Lindeque and the Good Things Guy?
Um, I just think maybe constant growth
Mm.
for South Africans to keep reading that good news, for the websites and the platform to keep doing what it does.
Yeah.
We've got an incredible team now that are bringing the good news to South Africa every
Mm.
single day. It's not just me anymore, and it's really beautiful to see the way that South Africa engages with that content.
Yeah.
There might be a little bit of, I don't know, TV in the works. I'm not sure.
Okay.
we we got into the book side last year. We released a coffee table book. We'll be
Yeah.
doing the same this year.
Okay.
I'm working on my own book as well, which has been an arduous task. But
Wow.
but yeah, I think perhaps something in television, online video. I don't know. It's sort of brewing there. It's in my peripheral, and I think that might happen. If I'm not on the camera, I'll be producing it. So something with good news is coming. Watch this space.
Okay, I got the hint. I definitely got the hint, and I will be on the lookout. Listen, Brent, thank you so much for joining us, and that's how we conclude our conversation for this afternoon. We appreciate you taking the time to, come and join us and have a beautiful conversation with us on your world, your side of the world. And it is a breath of fresh air. It's uplifting and it's inspiring. So thank you so much.
Thank you. What a beautiful conversation. What a beautiful interview. If I must commend you, you're so good at your job. Like, you make this
Oh,
so easy.
thank you.
Just sitting here telling a story. It's so cool, and I hope that all the listeners have enjoyed the conversation.
Yeah.
It's been really rad. If I can leave you with one thing,
Yes.
I'm not here to punt good things, guy. Yes, that's a part of
Mm,
what I am. There is good news all around us, and
yeah.
there are other platforms where they live. There's social media pages that are sharing good news. Your family and community are sharing good news. You are good news. It's all around us. So,
Yes.
so don't forget about good things, guy. I'm not here for that. Be the good news, and that's how we will make our South Africa a lot better.
Right. I took that to my heart. Thank you so much. It was indeed a pleasure to have a conversation with you. Yes, and that's how we conclude our conversation with the award-winning Brent Lindeque, the guy behind the Good Things Guy that spreads positivity and, a source of inspiration as well to many by the way that, he spreads his stories. And that's it from my side. I am once again Amila Skepe, and this is The Wireless.